Recently, I have had this show up multiple times within my YouTube comments, as well as just showing up in conversations in Tolkien circles, that certain things recently that have been coming out in media are not Tolkien, or they are a disgrace to the works of Tolkien. A lot of people use the arguments of Tolkien's work is more child book, it's meant to be more formative about the powers of friendship and all of that, or they will talk about things of what this isn't what Tolkien desired for his stories, or this is a fan fiction, yada, 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 all of that kind of stuff. Well, let me just go ahead and put all that to rest. When Tolkien was talking about his own works way back when they were coming out in the 1940s, 1950s, somewhere around there was a conversation that happened about whether or not Tolkien would want to see his books adapted into movies. To which Tolkien himself stated that fantasy as a literary art should stay there as literature. He did not have any personal desire for his books to be adapted into movies, but obviously, as we have seen, that has not been the case with Ralph Bakshi's animated movies, and then we have Peter Jackson's two trilogies. Now we have The Rings of Power, plus we have a massive plethora of video games that come out as well. And if we were to say that we wanted to keep with Tolkien's wishes, then these movies, any form of media outside of the Lord of the Rings books, should not exist. Also, on top of that, people are saying that Tolkien was written to be as a way that was meant to be more childlike. If that is the case and you're wanting like a childlike adventure or something like that, then clearly you have not even read the Silmarillion. The Silmarillion is not a childlike adventure. The things that have been happening in Rings of Power with the darker themes between Celebrimbor's execution and the other aspects of war, those are not exactly how Tolkien wrote them in the Silmarillion, but they're not described as a good event. So saying that Tolkien's stories are meant more as a children's narrative just does not even come close to what is defined as Tolkien. So before we even think about what is defined as Tolkien, let's think about what it is that Tolkien wrote in his own books and see how those then get adapted. Because if we even are just going off of Tolkien, that Rings of Power is an abomination, or Tales of the Shire is an abomination. Anything that is beyond Tolkien's books would be considered an abomination to him. But yet they're here, and I love them all very deeply.